Hi everyone, the province's top 15-year-old hockey players are in town for the biggest hockey showcase tournament of the year, and here's what they're playing for: the Alberta Cup. The South Zone team, featuring a few players from Lethbridge, were on the ice this morning for their first practice. This is the second straight year that Lethbridge has hosted this big tournament. The Hurricanes' top two draft picks from last year, Reed Duke and Ryan Pilon, both played in the Alberta Cup last year, and you can bet all eyes will be on this year's crop of kids.
The Alberta Cup is such a great opportunity for these kids to, play on a premier stage in front of, pretty much a handful of scouts from every Western Hockey League team in Western Canada. So it's a great opportunity for them to come out and showcase their skills, and also for our program as well, for these kids to move up and hopefully make Team Alberta, who will play in the Western Canada U16 Challenge Cup in October as well.
First game of the tournament is tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. All games are played at the Nicholas Sharon Arena. Now, the Edmonton Oil Kings are making an absolute mockery of the rest of the Western Hockey League. They have won 22 in a row now. To Moose Jaw for Game 3 of the WHL East Final last night. The Oil Kings opened the scoring on a 4-on-4 situation. TJ Foster fired it past Luke Siemens. It was 1-0. Now, the Warriors tie things up here. It's Brady Point from Calgary popping in a power play marker. It is now 1-1. Early second period, Oil Kings on a power play. 17-year-old Curtis Lazar, who is a goal-scoring machine in these playoffs as well, gets his 7th, and it was 2-1 Moose Jaw. In the third period, Oil Kings extended their lead. Chris St. Croix will lift a backhand short side behind Siemens. Just a great-looking shot. It's now 3-1 Edmonton. The Warriors got back to within one, though, with 4.5 minutes to play. Dylan McElrath with the pass from the corner in front to James Henry, and Moose Jaw trailed 3-2, but that was the final score. So the Oil Kings will look to close out the series tonight in Moose Jaw. The Boston Bruins hope home ice will finally work in their favor tonight. Boston heads into Game 7 against Washington, having lost twice already at home in the series. And they lost those games mainly due to the goaltending of Washington rookie Braden Holtby. With more, here's Jermaine Franklin.
One would be hard-pressed to find an individual that holds himself more accountable than Braden Holtby.
I should have learned from the play before that on Chara. That they were going to try and outweight like that if they had time, and no, it's my fault.
Holtby has been his own toughest critic ever since he was a kid, sometimes a little too tough.
I was a lot more when I was younger. It would affect me a lot more. If I did something wrong, I'd blame myself in ways that would probably bring me down. It's one thing that I've always been told by parents, friends, everything. If I'm not having fun, don't be here. So this is fun.
Considering his talent and ability, it's easy to see why Holtby believes he should make every stop.
Seeing him just continue to excel under the pressure is something that I didn't really expect. He's really just a lot mentally stronger than I thought.
To come in the situation he was in and be under a lot of pressure, he's battled his whole way, and he's the reason why we're in the spot we are right now.
To avoid focusing on the negatives, Holtby does a number of mental exercises before and during games, like intently concentrating on the tiniest droplets from his water bottle between whistles, a technique taught by his junior goaltender coach, John Stephen, when with the Saskatoon Blades.
That's human nature. Is you think more about the negative things in life than the positive, and that's one of those things is whenever something negative creeps in, you just have to replace it with something positive thought, and that usually pushes you forward and makes you want to be more successful.
Holtby had absolutely no NHL playoff experience prior to this opening round, but the rookie netminder holds himself to the highest of standards, high enough to believe that he has what it takes to beat the defending Stanley Cup champions, who just happen to have Tim Thomas, the current holder of the Vezina and Conn Smythe trophies.
It's really not a question whether I can or can't do it. I think it's the situation is here, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I give us a chance to win.
Jermaine Franklin, TSN, Arlington, Virginia.
The Caps practice in Arlington, Virginia. They play in Landover, Maryland, but they're named for the Washington District of Columbia.
Okay.